I'm Matthew Stradiotto, and I'm a co-founder of Matchstick, a social media agency based here in Toronto.
Patrick Filburn, and I'm also a co-founder of Matchstick.
10 years ago, we were much more of an offline agency working with influencers in the offline space. So we were that agency that handed out the cool basketball shoes or running shoes to the young trendsetter or influencer, as we called them, to try to get that consumer-to-consumer messaging going. But today we're very different. We're an online agency that focuses on building still that earned word of mouth, but through social media channels.
The most powerful selling of products and services doesn't take place marketer to consumer, but rather takes place consumer to consumer. That word of mouth philosophy, when we worked with influencers offline by seeding them with products, meant that we were creating conversations on the street, in schools, at work, at home, all about these products. So creating positive word of mouth recommendations for the products that we were working with. And as we've moved into the digital space, it's really the same core philosophy that sharing of your brand's message consumer to consumer is a much more effective way of getting the message out than from brand to consumer.
It's not just about brands beaming great content to consumers, which we've been doing for decades. It's about beaming content that we know will have traction, will get shared, commented on, pinned, repinned, retweeted. So that shareable essence is a very important part, I think, to be baked into good content.
The brand doesn't want to be that ad that's interrupting the content that the consumer really wants to use. The brand actually wants to be publishing that content that the consumer wants to use. So rather than interrupt, provide content that's useful or entertaining to consumers, and that's really a way to drive engagement.
Probably the biggest opportunity for clients today is to be more of a human voice inside these social digital channels, and I think that's an amazing opportunity that hasn't existed in the past, to be on a scalable level a much more human-centric brand that can connect with individuals, touch them, share content with them, and answer their questions and concerns directly and quickly in a 24/7 environment.